Namaste. It's Jackie. We're going to do a little yoga practice together. So welcome, and please take a moment to get yourself set up for your practice today. If you have a yoga mat, you can put that out on the floor, and if you don't have a yoga mat, just enough room where you can lie down. And today we're going to start our practice sitting, and I suggest that you sit up on something when we sit on the floor. Very helpful to keep the spine tall. So I have a couple of blankets here. They're pretty thick. You could sit on something like a yoga block as well. So take a moment, get yourself settled, and turn off your devices, close the door of the room that you're in, and give yourself a little time for your practice today. So taking a moment to sit, and you can cross your legs. Maybe I like stacking up the feet. You could cross your legs like this. You might even use something under your knees. So you want to be comfortable. You want to be able to sit up nice and tall. So any way you want to sit is fine. And then start to settle in, rock around a little bit, see how you're feeling in your body. See how it feels to sit on the floor. You can circle in both directions. Just get what you need. So when we're sitting, it's nice to have the knees even with the hips or below the hips. This allows especially the low back part of the spine to lengthen. If your knees are up high, I suggest that you raise your hips up more. So that'll allow you to sit a little more comfortably. So take a moment, do some rocking. And then try to center your shoulders over your hips. And when you inhale the next time, lift up. Feel your spine lift your chest. When you exhale, let your shoulders soften down. Feel the weight of your hands. Wherever they're resting on your legs is fine. Take another in-breath. And this exhale, as you soften your shoulders, either lower your eyes or close your eyes. And take a moment to just get a sense of where you are by feeling the places your body is touching the floor, by noticing any sounds in the space where you are, and noticing your body. We've done a little movement already, starting to settle in. And then let your eyes blink open. And we're going to take a moment to start to coordinate movement with breathing. So let your arms come down by your sides. And first in-breath, we're going to let the arms float up to the height of the shoulders. And we're going to let the exhale bring them back down. I'm going to do that a couple more times, and all we want to do is start to think about coordinating movement with breath. So in through the nose, let your arms lift. Almost like there's a balloon blowing up your arms like a balloon. Exhale down. So when you breathe in, it fills the chest, it fills your arms. Do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Now let your arms go up a little higher this time. You might turn your palms forward. Up. See what feels good for you. And then the whole exhale to bring them down. We're breathing in and out through the nose. So this time, as your hands go up, let your eyes go up. Maybe you can see your fingers in your peripheral vision. And as your hands float down, let your eyes lower down. One more breath like that. So as if the breath lifts you up. And please breathe at your own pace. You want to find your own rhythm here. So you're letting your breath guide your movement, not my breath. So this time, inhale your arms all the way up. And on the exhale, we're going to do a side bend. So go over to one side, let that hand touch the floor, and the other arm can just reach over your head. And when you get to the in-breath, come up to the center, lift your arms both up. When you get to the exhale, go to the other side. Lift on your in-breath. Over on your exhale. Lift on the in-breath. Over on the exhale. So trying not to rush at all. Inhale up. And one time, both arms down. One more breath like this. Inhale, both arms up. Maybe a little pause right at the top. And exhale down. Move your head side to side. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Give them a little bit of a shake. We're going to come on to hands and knees now. If you like, you can use the blanket or some padding under your knees. We're going to come to the tabletop position here. So we're going to have the hands underneath the shoulders and the hips right over the knees. Call this tabletop position. Spread your fingers wide. And again, we're going to coordinate our movement with our breath. So inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, navel in. Let's go back to child's pose. Let your elbows touch. Let your hips sink back and your head bow down. And on the inhale, glide back up to tabletop. And do that again. Exhale. Rising up on your in-breath. Breathe through your nose. Now, pulling in the navel as you exhale begins. So the back starts to round as you fold back. And then as you glide up, breathing into the chest. And go back one more time. So navel starts to draw in. So the back starts to round as you go back. And then rise up on your inhale. And please stand up on your knees. So like we did in sitting, we're going to inhale the arms up over our head, but we're going to try to take the arms forward. So if that feels okay for your shoulders, let's go inhale forward and up. And you can follow your hands with your eyes in this position. And then pull your belly in as you lower your hands, lower your eyes. Inhale up. Please breathe at your own pace. So if you're breathing a little slower or faster than me, that's fine. One more, inhale up. This is called a lightning pose or Vajrasana. Exhale down. Nice way to open up the front of the body. And then we're going to put those two movements together. So we're going to inhale up into lightning pose. Now on this exhale, as your hands start to come down, we're going to let the hands come to the floor, the hips sink back, and we're going to fold all the way down to child's pose. You can bow your head. On the in-breath, start to lift up, reach your arms forward, come all the way up. And do that again. Exhale down. Now, if you feel like you're going to crash, put your hands down sooner so you can catch yourself. On the way up, lift your chest, reach your arms forward. Use your back muscles to lift you up. Do that again. Exhale down. And reaching forward, lifting up. And this exhale, just bring your hands down. Take a moment to move your shoulders, turn your head side to side. You can even do a little swinging. In this position, you don't want to swing too vigorously because it's a little bit of a strain on the low back. So think about moving your chest and your rib cage. That might feel nice. All right, and then bring your hands back down to the floor, starting in tabletop here. So we're going to fold back to child's pose on the exhale, like we did before. And when we come to this in-breath, we're going to extend the right leg behind and the left arm forward, and you can look down at your mat so your neck is even. And then exhale down as smoothly as you can. Fold your hips back to child's pose. And now left leg, right arm on your inhale. Again, looking down. And smoothly down. Maybe your hand and your knee touch right at the same time. So everything is controlled as possible. A slow in-breath to reach the arm forward and the leg back. A slow exhale to bring everything down and fold back. Slow inhale to reach. Slow exhale to come back. And then we'll hold this next one on the right side. So right leg lifts, left arm forward. So on the exhale, as you tuck your belly in, lower your right toes down to the floor. Let them touch like a feather. Where is the floor back there? And then inhale, lift your foot. So the heel is about the height of your hip. We're not rolling the hip up. Do that again. Exhale, touch your toes down, hug your belly in. Inhale, lift your foot. This time, if you like, you can touch the toes down again or hold on the exhale. Lengthen a little more on the inhale. And then put your hand and your foot down, your knee down, and fold back. I might want to shake out that right wrist a bit. Before we do that to the other side, just rise to tabletop one time. Pull your belly in, go back on your exhale. So one little symmetrical movement before we go to the other side. So now left leg, right arm on your in-breath. So belly in as you exhale slowly, touch your toes down to the floor. It's not very far away, so slow. Inhale, lift your foot, heel about the height of your hip. As you're ready to exhale, touch the toes lightly down, hug your belly in. As you're ready to inhale, lengthen, lift your foot. And this one you can either hold in place or you can touch your toes down, exhale. Inhale, lengthen. And then come down as smoothly as you can. Back up to tabletop on your in-breath. Back to child's pose on your exhale. Come up and we're going to stand up on our knees again. Okay, and we're going to take the right foot forward and we're going to come into a low lunge. So make sure that back knee is comfortable. I have a blanket here, but you could pad that knee more if you need to. And then when we move here, we're going to inhale the hips forward. So when you come forward, you want this front knee right over your heel. Just kind of make sure that's about right for you. Exhale back, pull your belly in. Do that again. Inhale, reach. Shift forward, lift your chest. Exhale back. And now like we did in our lightning pose, as we come forward into the lunge, we're going to let the arms sweep up. Exhale. So there's a little bit of balance here. You may notice that if you take your eyes off the floor, you get a little wobbly. So you might keep your eyes down. Keep that big toe down in the front. Don't let that foot roll out to the side. Exhale. So you don't have to push. Just go forward a bit and hold your belly in so you're supporting your back. Exhale. All right, so go forward about halfway this time. So go forward, lift your arms. Don't go all the way, halfway. And on your exhale, hold, hug your elbows down. This is cactus arms. Push your chest forward, shoulder blades together, and on your inhale, reach back up. Exhale, navel in, bend the elbows. Tuck your chin even. Be nice for the back of the neck. Inhale, reach. One more exhale. One more inhale. And then exhale, bring your hands down. Walk that front foot back so you're back on all fours and come down to hands and knees again. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold back to child's pose. Now before we do that to the other side on the in-breath, come up. And we're going to tuck the toes under and visit downward dog for a few breaths. So just a slow trip up. You can start here with your knees bent. You can gently pedal out your legs. Maybe you like keeping the knees bent. Keep breathing. And then carefully lower your knees back down. And we'll do the low lunge on the other side. Another option is to do this in standing. You would just step your feet apart if you can't be on your knees. That's certainly an option. Step your left foot forward comfortably. Make sure your back knee is supported. And then when you come forward, this is like a test bend. You want that front knee to be over your heel. So we're not having the knee go out over the toes. Not great for your ankle and not great for your knee. So do one more test bend, pushing down through the mound of the big toe, really helpful for balance and to stabilize the front knee. So here we're going to add the arms. So as you inhale, shift your hips forward, sweep your arms up. Maybe you look up, maybe you look forward. Exhale. Another thing for the neck is that lifting the chin can sometimes be irritating. So you could just look forward at the horizon. Exhale back and just find a comfortable range of movement, not pushing to the end of your range of movement. Keep a little engagement in your abdomen here as you inhale. And then hug it in a little more as you exhale. Do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale. All right, we're going to hold now. So coming forward with your hips about halfway from what you just did. So inhale. And as you hold on the exhale, hug your elbows down and back. You can tuck your chin if you like. And on your inhale, lift up. You can kind of push through that front foot. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale again. Inhale. And this exhale, you can bring your hands down. We'll walk that front foot back. You can bring your hands back down to the mat. Spread your fingers nice and wide. And again, a slow trip up to downward facing dog. So exhale as you go up. And you can pedal out your legs here. So I want you to think about, we're going to do just a subtle little movement in this pose. So on the exhale, we're going to soften the knees a little bit, soften the elbows a little bit, and pull the belly in. And when you inhale, lengthen your arms, lengthen your legs, feel the spine lengthen. Do that again. Exhale, soften your knees, soften your elbows, hug your belly in. And then where can you lengthen on the inhale? Long arms, long legs, long spine. One more, exhale. So there's a feeling of contracting the belly a little bit here. And then inhale, lengthen back out. And then please come down to your knees. We're going to stand up on our feet here. So you can move that support out of the way if you had something under your knees. And once you've come onto your feet, you can give things a little shake. So it may feel nice to jiggle and shake. And then stand in mountain pose and get a sense of how it feels to be on your feet here. You might even close your eyes like we did in sitting. A little different than kneeling. How does it feel to be on your feet? All right, we're going to do the chair pose here. So for this movement, we're going to keep the feet hip width apart, and we're going to bend the knees so that the hips go back and the upper body leans forward. I like using the yoga block between my legs. If you have one, it's a great tool for this pose. If you don't have one, it's fine. But put it between your upper legs so that you can firm up the quadriceps. Start with your hands on your hips. Take an in-breath. On the exhale, we're going to sink down. So like you're sitting back in a chair, we're going to bring the hips back. You can just slide your hands down the sides of your legs here. And then push through your feet to inhale back up. Let's do that again. Pull your belly in, exhale down. Push through your feet, inhale up. Now we're going to do a sequence where we're going to stay. First one breath, then two, then three. So take an inhale while you're standing. Hug your belly in as you exhale down into the pose. Bend your knees any amount. And on your inhale, take your arms up. Let's go cactus arms here. Look forward. Feel your shoulder blades hug together. On the exhale, lower your arms. Pull your belly in. And stand back up on your in-breath. Okay, second time. We're going to stay up 2 breaths. So exhale down into your chair. Okay, here we go. Inhale up. Now on your exhale, stay. Hug your belly in, draw your elbows down a little bit. And on your inhale, lift your hands a wee bit, look forward. So again, exhale, stay, belly in. Inhale, little lift, eyes forward. Exhale, hands down. Inhale up. Okay, and then 3 breaths. And I'll give you the option this time of lifting your arms all the way up if you like. Maybe cactus arms is better for your shoulders, you can see. So inhale in place, exhale down into your chair. Inhale, cactus arms are all the way up. Exhale. Now if you lifted your arms, just draw them back down to cactus arms. Inhale, lift your eyes, lift your hands. Exhale. That's 2 breaths. One more inhale. One more exhale. So this inhale will stand up, and you can lift your arms up over your head if you like. You can even lean back a little bit. And then exhale your arms down. Take that block away. Give things a little jiggle. You could swing a little bit here. You could let your Arms flop around and swing. This is called empty coat sleeves. Super nice movement. So it opens up the front of the hips a little bit. That back heel might rock up. Okay, similar to the movement we did in the low lunge, we're going to do just a little sequence in the warrior one pose here. So please step your right foot comfortably forward and your left foot back. And keep your heels in line with your hip bones so there's a little bit of space between your feet here. And take the inhale, bend your front knee. On the exhale, as you straighten the leg, you can even touch the belly here. Get that hugging into the abdomen. So here we go, like we did in the low lunge, we're going to inhale, bend the knee, lift your arms up. Exhale. You can bend your elbows in this movement. For some people, that's much better for the shoulders. So bend your knee, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up, we're going to hold here. And just like we did in our chair pose and in our low lunge, exhale, cactus arms. Tuck your chin, belly in. Inhale, lift. Now if this is hurting your low back, let your shoulders shift forward a little bit. Inhale. This will take a little of that curve out of your back. One more exhale. One more inhale. Now stay at the top. Exhale. Inhale. Bring your hands down. Take a moment to walk your feet together. Give your legs a little jiggle shake. We're going to do a little forward fold with our feet just about shoulder width apart. So take an in-breath here, a little bit like the chair pose, but maybe slightly less bend in your knees. But do soften the knees a bit. Bow down. You could go down a little, or if it's comfortable for you, you could let your head bow down. And you can stay, and you can shift the weight side to side. Now, if hanging your head down isn't great, it's fine to be up here. That's okay too. And then carefully inhale up to standing. And we'll do the pose on the other side. So please step your left foot comfortably forward. Your right foot back. Again, keeping your heels right in line with your hip bones. Take a test bend in your front knee so you can evaluate this distance between your legs. On the exhale, you can touch your belly. So maybe a little different, like I have an injury in this right foot, so you can see what's right for you. Exhale. So you always check in every day. So take an inhale, bend your knee, lift your arms up. Lower your arms, exhale, navel in. Do it again, inhale. Like the breath lifts you. Exhale. And remember, it's fine if you lean forward a little bit in this movement to just shift the shoulders forward a little bit. It helps your back. Exhale. Next one we'll hold. So bend your knee, inhale. Cactus arms, exhale. Tuck your chin, belly in. And a slow inhale to reach back up. Exhale. When you're ready to inhale, reach back up. Exhale. Inhale. Stay at the top. Exhale. Stay on the inhale. And then when you get to this exhale, go ahead and step your feet together. And what we're going to do here as another forward fold is to come back down to the floor, hands and knees. You're welcome to put the blanket there. We're going to push up to downward dog here. We're going to use that pose to stretch out our back. So spread your fingers, push up to dog pose. Pedal out your legs a bit. If downward dog is not your favorite pose, you could certainly be, we're going to come to lie down on our back after this, so you could just lie down on your back and hug your knees into your chest. And then you can come down, come onto your back, pull your knees into your chest, and you can rock here, maybe circling your ankles, a little swaying. You could shake your hands, shake your feet, shake all that off. Take a moment to rest. So we're going to bring the feet down to the floor and just let the legs rest comfortably. You could have your feet a little bit apart and your knees touching. Many people find that comfortable for the back. Knees apart is also fine, whatever feels good for your hips and your back and your legs. And then just wrap your hands around your shoulders. So give yourself a little pat on the back and rock here. So get a little stretch in the between the shoulder blades and a little bit of maybe even you feel that down the sides of your back, the sides of your spine. And then you can switch the way you're crossing your arms, give yourself another hug, pat yourself on the back. Ah, little sounds if you like. And then please bring your hands down. All right, we're going to do just a couple of movements here. So the warrior poses, the lunges, they're all pretty asymmetrical. So we're going to do a couple of poses with some symmetry here. So please bring your feet up off of the floor and let your hands rest on your kneecaps so your fingers face your toes. So this movement is really simple and we're going to use it to help us to focus on our breath once again. So on the exhale, we're going to bend the elbows just so the knees draw towards your belly. And you can feel that pressure on your belly. And when you inhale, we're just going to extend the arms so the knees rock away and you can take a nice big breath. And that's the whole pose. So exhale, bend your elbows. You might even just close your eyes and take a few breaths. And this is should feel some lengthening in your low back. Inhale, let the arms extend. You may prefer to have your knees a little bit apart. For some people, that's better. Just connecting to your breath. Inhale. Slow exhale. Pull your knees in. And then please, on this inhale, you can lower your feet to the floor. We're going to let the feet be hip width apart, and we're going to lift the hips up now. So this is the bridge pose. So for this pose, you can have your hands palms down by your sides. You might even kind of push your elbows down to tuck your shoulder blades under. Please look up so your neck is even. And when you get to the in-breath, lift your hips up. How does that feel? And on the exhale, lower your hips down, hug your belly in. And again, inhale. Exhale. I'm going to go up and down 2 or 3 more times. If you want to go up and hold the pose, that's also fine. So you're welcome to do that as well. So if you like, you can move with me, inhaling up. Exhaling down, or you can hold the pose. Try not to let the knees splay out to the side. You can put that block in between your legs like we did in chair pose. It's a helpful tool here. So maybe one more repetition, breathing at your own pace. If you're holding the pose, maybe come down on your next exhale. And once you're down, one more time, you can hug your knees into your chest and give yourself a little hug. You might even like lifting your chest towards your knees. And then we'll let the feet come down. You can just rest for a moment. Again, feet wide, knees touching if you like, and your hands can be on your belly. And then beginning to situate your body for Shavasana. So how do you want to support your body here? So you may like having your knees bent. You may like having your hands on your belly. You might stretch your legs out flat or place a pillow or a cushion under your knees or even rest your legs up in a chair. You could have the blanket on top of you. You could have your arms out by your sides. So allow yourself to get comfortable. And feel the support of the floor and whatever you're lying on. Soften your mouth and your jaws. We're going to take one nice big breath with a sigh to let go here. So big inhale. And then, so let yourself be comfortable. A closing prayer. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. May we all be happy. May we all be safe. May we all be healthy. May we live with ease. May we live in peace. So I encourage you to stay for another 5 minutes, 10 minutes if you have it. Just rest, let your body rest. Give yourself this time. If you feel like you need to hop right up, please try to stay for 12 breaths minimum. So I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.